afternoon. Welcome to the class of 2000 graduation from Woburn Memorial High School. I'm Principal Joe Finnegan. I'd like to welcome everybody. We're all very proud of our graduates today. So we do have some challenges, obviously, with the heat, and it seems now we're going to have some wind. So snow's not too far in the future, I hope. Okay. But just a couple of guidelines as we start today. Let's please try to keep the front of the grandstands unoccupied so that everybody has a full view. Please, I caution parents against using noisemakers and horns and so forth. When we're reading out the names, it's everybody's graduation. And it's really a sad case when if some group starts to over-celebrate with noisemakers and so forth, then the next student's name can't be heard. So that's really not a fair thing. So I'd ask that you refrain from noisemakers until it's appropriate at the end of the event, and that you hold your applause as we start to work through. All right? There's an area for the students to have your pictures taken at the courtyard between the fields and the buildings afterwards. And again, no standing in the front. We appreciate that. Today's a great event. It marks 4 years of work at the high school and 12, 13 years for most of our students as they continue, they finish up their work here in Woburn. First, I'd like to thank all the teachers for their work over the course for the past 4 years. I'd like to thank also all the teachers who came out today. My secretary, Paula Mooney, other secretaries, Lynn Thambash, Joan Reed, Nancy Paris. They've been extraordinary in pulling this event with all the attention to the details. Ellen Connell and all their guidance counselors for shepherding all the students in as they finish up their senior year. We have Mr. Gilberti with the a cappella choir and Mr. Tully with the band and all the members of the choir and the bands. We appreciate all of them being out with us today. We'd like to thank the Woburn Fire and Police for their support as well. The custodians with Dave Dunkley as the head director of facilities, James McSweeney and the crew, they do an extraordinary job. They have great confidence as they take care of the setup today, and we appreciate also the work of WPMC in covering the event. I'd like to recognize and thank all the members of the school committee who are with us today. If we could, we have Mr. Russell, our chair, who I believe after 22 years is not going to be running for re-election. So we'd like to thank him for his work today, but moreover, for all his dedication for the last 22 years with the students in Woburn. Also retiring from the school committee, and she's not with us today because she's at the graduation of one of her grandchildren, and that's Mrs. Marguerite Masoda, and I'd like to recognize and thank her as well. Other members of the committee we have over to my left, we have Mrs. Chisholm, we have Mr. Kissel, we have Mr. Metters, we have Mr. Mulrennan, we have Dr. Wells. We'd like to thank them for all of their ongoing support and work on the interests of the city. Up on the stage, we have our Mayor Galvin, we have our Superintendent Mark Donovan, and we have Chair of the School Committee, Mr. Dennis Russell. Also with us, we have from the City Council, we have Mark Gaffney. We have retired Superintendent of Schools Paul Andrews. We have State Representative Jim Dwyer. We have our Assistant Superintendent Dr. Reese and Joe Alia. And also you're going to see as they come in with the class are going to be my two assistants. I'm very fortunate to have Mr. Ralph Delden and Ed McGuire. And last, I'd like to thank and recognize the support of our class advisor, Ms. Donna Sands. Thank you. We look forward to a great event, and congratulations to all of you.
Good afternoon. I am Senior Class President Michael Palladino, and I welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2013. As we begin the ceremony, please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, and remain standing for our national anthem sung by the WMHS a cappella choir. The choir is under the direction of Mr. Brian Gilberti. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
Thank you. Please be seated. This year, we have a very unique situation with two co-salutatorians. It gives me great pleasure to present our first speaker, salutatorian Abigail Bowes.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Class of 2013's graduation ceremony. I would like to acknowledge the family, friends, faculty, and teachers who are here today to witness our graduation. Without your support, we would not have made it here today, so thank you for all that you've done. It's hard to believe as we sit here, this is actually our graduation. It seems like just yesterday we were being directed around the school by seniors on our first move-up day ever. At some point in the past few weeks, you've probably come to the halting realization that this really is it. It could have been on the last day of school when you realized you would never again be able to look forward to a certain class or a certain teacher. It could have been hearing the national anthem being played at your senior night. It could have been watching a curtain close on your final high school performance or flipping through your yearbook for the first time. Perhaps it was when, after months of planning and anticipation, you heard the last song at our senior prom and realized that it was actually over. For me, this occurred when I sat with my teammates in the middle of this very field on the night after our last lacrosse game. At first, the janitor was concerned that we were trying to pull some sort of senior prank, but then he realized it was just a bunch of emotional girls. If you haven't hit that point yet, I warn you that it might happen today. Along with the flood of memories will come a sense of wonder at the difference between the person you are today and the person who walked into their first high school day on September of 2009. When we realize it or not, we've learned hard lessons and have grown immensely during our time here. The feelings we get at this time are incredibly bittersweet. On the one hand, this is a time to celebrate all of our accomplishments throughout high school. There's definitely some excitement mixed in as we all prepare to go on to the next chapter of life. There's the heartbreak of leaving friends who you've grown up with, and the sadness of parting with newly made friends too soon. there's probably also a bit of dread at the unknown and of the responsibility which is to come with our independence. But then there's also an inkling of something else. Whenever it does hit you that this is the end, you might, like me, anxiously sit back and wonder aloud, where is the time gone? Every year I look back and remark about how much faster this year has gone than the year before. I think back to elementary school when a Saturday was a never-ending expanse of time in which I could play to my heart's content. Now my weekends seem to fly by before I've even realized they've arrived. Many of us may be feeling just a slight hint of unease at the fact that 18 years of our lives, our childhood, has gone by so fast. The act of finishing high school marks the end of a period of time which at one point seemed infinite and makes it extremely evident that we cannot be young forever. In a lifetime, there is virtually an unlimited amount of money one can make, job titles one can achieve, or people one can meet, but one can never harness more time. When we realize how quickly time flies, we may have a tendency to panic, to force as much into our life as possible. We are about to embark upon an ambitious time in our life as we scramble to figure out what we want to do, how we're going to do it, and how we can advance quickly into a career. It's bound to be an exciting time, but will also be a very busy one. If we are always thinking about the next thing we have to do, then we can never be completely present in whatever we are actually doing. That's a sure way to lose track of time. Instead of reacting in this way, I believe we must simply appreciate what is happening in the present. Every age and situation, whether that is childhood, college, our first job, or beyond, will present us with new experiences and unique memories that cannot be had anywhere else. Instead of wishing you could go back to relive our youth, embrace the present fully and completely. Jim Elliot put it best when he said, "Wherever you are, be all there." So cherish the time we have had with each other and look ahead to all the wonderful experiences that will make up the rest of our lives. But don't get lost in the memories for more than an instant. You might be missing something irreplaceable going on right in front of your eyes. I'm honored to be a part of this class of seniors, and I'm thankful to have been able to live life with all of you for the past 4 years. Whatever your next step, however bittersweet the change may be, I hope that you are able to be all there for every moment for the rest of your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. I am now pleased to introduce our classmate and co-salutatorian, Svetoslava Vodenicharska.
Thank you, Michael. Good afternoon, teachers, administrators, parents, friends, and of course, class of 2013. Well, at the end of today, I guess we can all check off one more bullet point in our life checklist, graduating high school. Don't fool yourself. We all have a checklist, and we all live by it, whether we are conscious of it or not. But that checklist isn't important. What really matters is what you accomplish, what you fail, and what you take from it all. The things we do in between those key checkpoints are what develop our unique identity and what form the way we view the world. So what's next? We've completed a basic education that will serve as the platform we use to launch ourselves into our futures. We've completed the final days of high school and are soon to walk up this ominous ramp and walk away with a diploma in hand. What truly matters is where you go with it next. Now that we're all freed from the shackles of high school and freed from being seen as children in the eyes of the world, we can decide what to do with that glorified piece of paper and how to change the world with it. Speaking of changing the world, we all have undefined potential and inexplicable ability to leave a mark on this world. Isn't that what we're here for anyways? A small mark, any mark, is what we must leave behind. Sometimes that mark is a canyon, a contribution tantamount to the telephone or the internet, but that doesn't render a scratch insignificant. Whether it's giving back to your alma mater or raising a child, every mark counts. Look at all the teachers standing here before us. Some proud, some filled with sorrow, others, well, overflowing with relief. But look at the mark they left on us. We are here and we know what we know because of them. They have taught us most of what we know inside and outside of school for 12 years now. Some left canyons, some scratches, depending on the students in the classes, but they left their mark on the world, on us, and continue to do so every year. Now it's our turn. We have infinite paths to follow and infinite opportunities to soar high with this idea. But wait, why follow a path that already exists? Why not make your own path and leave behind a trail? That trail is the mark we can leave behind for others to follow. The transcendentalists, although fodder for cliche-ridden speeches, were correct in this sentiment. However, we can't do this alone. A friend told me a while ago that it's not where you go or what you do that matters. It's who's beside you that counts. The friends we have made throughout high school, we will keep as friends. And as we go to the next stage in life, we will filter through more people and connect with others that will become our new friends. These friends we not only can, but should use as our pedestals and as our rocks, not just stepping stones. Life will knock you down, and it's your job to get back up. And real friends will be there to assist every step. Real friends want to see us succeed. They will not only stand by us, but lift us up and hold us up when we need a little help balancing on our own 2 feet. Everyone always says that friends come and go while family stays forever. Well, true friends are family. They're the family we actually get to choose. Friends are, in day-to-day trenches of the real world, staggeringly more important than any checklist of life. Friends are what make those bullet points and moments in between. I'm talking about life worth living. Honor your friends, cherish them, and be sure they know how important they are to you. We all love knowing we're appreciated, but most of all, show them they are loved, because they will help with each step, and they will be there after each checkmark we make on our intangible lists. And now comes that moment when we all check off that zenith of teenage life, graduate high school, and move on. There's no saying what happens next, or as the cliche goes, what's beyond the horizon. But don't follow that path. Make your own path, and leave behind a trail for the rest of the world to follow. Leave a mark on this world next to and in between each of your bullet points. As you make your way off into the summer and beyond, remember to acknowledge and embrace the fact that we're all now free to create our lives as we see fit to change the world for the better. Thank you.
Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Mark Donovan, will now extend his welcome from the school administration.
Thank you, and I do welcome everyone on behalf of the school department, and congratulations to students here today. Let me first take the opportunity to say a word about my decisions about whether or not to cancel school this year because of the weather. Many of you took the opportunity to offer sage advice via Twitter or Facebook regarding the merits of calling off school on a particular day versus the tragic impact of the loss of a day of learning, never to be regained. On days when I decided to cancel school, you tweeted messages of great glee. When I decided not to cancel school, you also tweeted your thoughts, using your impressive command of the English language. You use words in ways I've never seen them used before. Frankly, you use some words I've never even heard of before. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your kind and thoughtful input. I stand before you as superintendent of the Woburn Public Schools with a great sense of pride. You have been fortunate enough to have a dedicated team of teachers, administrators, and other staff members from all levels working on your behalf. Everyone who works for the school system shares a similar goal: to make you successful. Today we come together to celebrate that success and send you off into the world with our stamp of approval. The world you are entering is a complicated one. Some of the events that happened in our region during your senior year have been unsettling, to say the least. Both the situation in Newtown, Connecticut, and the bombings at the Boston Marathon shook us to the core. While these events showed the very worst in a small number of people, the strength of character, the love and support that followed each event demonstrated the very best in millions of people. That intensely powerful, almost indescribable sense of community was summed up in 2 words: Boston Strong. If you haven't figured it out yet, Woburn is also an excellent example of a strong community where people care about each other. Even when perfect strangers are in need or if some family is suffering in some way, Woburn will come together to help. You see fundraisers in the city all the time that demonstrate the power of a loving and caring community. Woburn also uses two words to sum up this phenomenon: Tanner pride. Your duty going forward is simple. Use your skills and talents to make your part of the world a better place. Make a commitment to make the lives of others better. I know you can do it because I have already witnessed many examples of your participation in these types of activities within our school system. A few obvious yet remarkable examples are Best Buddies, the SRO Mentors, and the Dating Violence Task Force. There are many, many other examples. Use these models to get involved in more causes that promote a strong sense of social justice. Commit yourselves to making sure that everyone is treated justly and fairly. At my 8th grade graduation, one of the speakers read a quote from Robert F. Kennedy, a presidential candidate that had been assassinated 1 year earlier. As you probably already know, he was a brother of President John F. Kennedy, who had been assassinated 5 years earlier. This quote has influenced me and my actions for more than 40 years. Robert Kennedy said the following: "Some men see things as they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not." Your family, your school system, and your community together have given you the tools to move to the next chapter in your lives. You too should dream big and ask why not. On behalf of the Woburn Public Schools, let me offer my warm and sincere congratulations to the class of 2013.
The Honorable Scott Galvin, Mayor of the City of Woburn, will now present a greeting on behalf of the City of Woburn.
Good afternoon and welcome. It's an honor for me to be here today to recognize and congratulate the Woburn High School graduating class of 2013. We'll call you the greatest class in the state. Congratulations. I am going to begin by telling you what my address to the class of 2013 will not be. A few weeks ago, I attended a college commencement with my wife, Eileen. The guest speaker strode to the podium at about 2:30 to impart his wisdom on the graduates and all those in attendance. About an hour later, it appeared that his torturous monologue was about to end. When the guest speaker said, "I could go on and on about this topic," thankfully, the entire auditorium interrupted with a chorus of "No." On this exceptionally hot day, I promise to be brief. Graduates of the class of 2013, over the course of your lives, you will receive all kinds of advice from friends, family, teachers, mentors, bosses, and even strangers. Sometimes, as they say, free advice is worth exactly what you paid for it, nothing. Other times, the advice will be good and even great. I would like to join the ranks and convey to you the greatest, most inspiring advice I was ever given. My good friend, colleague, and mentor, John McElhenney, who passed away a year and a half ago after a courageous battle of cancer. John was the ultimate jack of all trades. He could do anything, and he did everything. His greatest love and passion was for his family first, and then his community and friends. In addition to many other endeavors, John was a noted historian. He also served as the City of Woburn's lawyer, and in this capacity, he advised on the numerous issues that I would encounter as mayor. One night, after a particularly heated battle with the City Council on a divisive issue, John came over to my office, and he handed me his book, which he had written, with a yellow postage sticker attached to one page. He patted me on the shoulder and he said, "You're in the arena, and that's the most important thing." The advice that John and his family live by, and has become the most inspiring advice that I have had, comes from Teddy Roosevelt. And if I could, I'll read it real briefly. It's called "The Man," and in this day we'll call it "The Man and Woman in the Arena." It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbled, or even where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man or woman who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly and who errs. He comes up short and short again, because there is no effort without error and shortcomings. But who actually does strive to do the deeds, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself on a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, At least he does so daringly. So that his place shall never be with those cold, timid souls who neither know victory or defeat. My advice is simple to the class of 2013. Whatever you do, get in the arena and get all in. In closing, I want to say as your mayor, all the residents of our great city are very proud of your awesome accomplishment. Congratulations, and have a great life.
Our next speaker will be Mr. Dennis Russell, Chair of the Woburn School Committee.
Thank you. Thank you. Administrators, staff, invited guests, families, and soon-to-be graduates, on behalf of the school committee, I welcome you and good afternoon. Don't worry, I only have one page. I cut it down last night, and I had about a 45-minute speech for you, but it's too hot, and I know you have some festivities and some family gatherings that you want to make sure you get to, so I'm not going to delay that. But I would like to state that it has been, it is, it continues to be a tremendous honor to serve on your community, on your school committee for this community with such hardworking and dedicated individuals, Mrs. Masota, Mrs. Chisholm, Mr. Mulrennan, Dr. Wells, Mr. Kissel, and Mr. Meadows. These people truly dedicate themselves to Woburn and its children. They're just terrific. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to take a moment and call up Christina O'Brien. Christina O'Brien was your school committee student representative who represented all the students' thoughts and activities, would brief us on what's going on. And I will tell you, she just did a tremendous job. We're all proud of you. Here's a little token of our appreciation. This is for you. The very best to you. All right? Very best. A special thanks also to the administration, the staff, and parents for all that you have done for your sons, for your daughters, and to the Woburn school system. Thank you all. To the students, I said I would be brief. It'll be brief. I hope you consider this message. Think about it. I've seen a lot in my lifetime, and the one thing that stands out to me is the message that I have for you. You've all experienced a great deal in your educational career and some of life's lessons, but there's much more, as they say, on the road ahead. What you will find is that it is really the things that we learn along the way that makes us who we are and will help us make the right decisions and choices. Just recently, we all endured the effects of a horrifying act of terrorism. What should have been a wonderful event, the Boston Marathon, quickly turned into a nightmare. But what I want to focus on is what we also witnessed, and that was the unselfish, courageous actions of many people, some just like you, who reacted in a way that we all admire. Instead of people running away from a devastating scene with so many in great need, we saw them running toward the victims, certainly not away from them. They didn't pause to see if everything was okay or if the coast was clear. What they saw were men, women, and children who were injured. And they were going to help them no matter what, and nothing was going to stop them from doing that. You will all have an opportunity in your lives as you go forward to act in a way that will help someone else. A situation will arise. And remember, no matter how insignificant you may think it is your actions that you choose to provide help to an individual and move toward them that will make the difference in the world. Being there for others is one of the greatest gifts that you can give. So my message to you today and every day is basic, but it does require courage. Simply stated, place the needs of others before your own. Do this, and I guarantee you will enjoy happiness, fulfillment in life, and certainly you will have no regrets. Think about it. Congratulations. I wish you the very, very best. And on behalf of the school committee, we are all very, very proud of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. The WMHS Band, under the direction of Mr. Tully, will now perform Fanfare for the Third Planet. Aren't they great? Yes. At this time, I'd like to ask the class officers to please come up for a moment. You want me to do it? Anyone else want to speak? You guys want to speak, or you want me to say it?
I'll say thank you to her.
Do you guys want to do it, or should I do it?
Just do it. You do.
All right, so all throughout our, the past 2 years, really, we've had someone very special to us who has helped us along the way with all our class activities, planning everything. There's a lot that goes into it, from prom to even graduation. And she's been very, really instrumental in everything that we do. We couldn't have done it without her. So without further ado, we would like to thank and honor Mrs. Sands with a little gift and a token of our gratitude. She would please come up.
Where's the other gift?
Yeah. Where's the other gift?
I don't know.
And I'm not sure if he's here, but we'd also like to thank Mr. Suchecki, who was our class advisor for the first 2 years of high school. Unfortunately, we don't have the gift for you. That's in the mail.
Thank you, honey. Thanks, Michael. Bye.
Off we go.
All right. So now to my speech. First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Finnegan and the entire school administration, everyone here really, who has helped us along the way. This is, if you don't know, this is Mr. Finnegan's 4th year at the high school, so we are kind of his class. He came up here with Mr. Dalton and Mr. McGuire, and they've come up every year with us, and we really feel like they're a part of the class of 2013. So we thank you all very much for all that you've done. Let's get down to it. Let's just say what we already know. Graduation speeches are boring. It's inevitable. I acknowledge it, I accept it, and I apologize not only for myself, but for every other graduation you've sat through and will have to sit through. Therefore, as Polonius tells us in Hamlet, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I shall be brief. The first cliche thing you'll hear a class president say at a graduation is something along the lines of, "Today is the first day of the rest of our lives." While this may be true, it's boring. Therefore, I offer a new sentiment. Today is the first day of our own decisions. Yes, today marks the day when we cast off the shackles of childhood, wrought with overbearing parents who love us, feed us, support us, and do our laundry. Yet we leave it all for a mound of debt, mounds and mounds of dirty clothes, and above all, a nutritious diet based mainly upon ramen noodles. When I put it that way, it doesn't exactly seem like a fair trade. However, it's our fate, and we must accept it. From this moment forward, we shall forever be citizens of the world, of our world. Whether it be the path with leaves trodden black, or the one less traveled by, we shall now decide where to embark through that great and divergent yellow wood. From study habits to hobbies, from pizza for breakfast to waffles for dinner, we now choose everything. When to eat, when to sleep, when to clean, when to go out, and more importantly, when to come home. Is it scary? You bet. And are we ready? Maybe. But we think we are, and that is the key. For after all, blind faith is still faith. And as we go through whatever the future may have in store for us, all we can do is close our eyes and hope for the best. It'll be a bumpy ride, but we now choose every twist and turn. The next cliche statement you may hear in a commencement speech may likely be, "The sky is the limit." Well, as any good student should know, the sky is most certainly not the limit. We have people in space and things on Mars. And as the universe is continually expanding every second of every day, we cannot confine ourselves to this realm of thought. Thus, instead I offer this. In the words of Lindsay Lohan, the limit does not exist. That is, of course, a Mean Girls reference, and it actually refers to a calculus idea in which you can't zoom infinitely on a coordinate plane as a function tends towards a point. But the point is, we can do anything. Anything we set our minds to. Just now, as I look out upon my class, the class of 2013, I do not merely see high school graduates. Rather, I see future doctors and engineers, managers and lawyers, accountants, soldiers, and public servants, and maybe a few Grammy winners one day. I see the future of America before my eyes, shining brightly in black and orange, in cap and gown. Our time here at Woburn Memorial High School has prepared us for what, only up until a few years ago, had seemed unthinkable, a distant reality with which we would surely deal later. Woburn Memorial High School has prepared us for life. With the skills we learned here, in our academics, on our fields, and within ourselves, and more importantly with the confidence that we have built here, we will venture out into the world. The opportunities are without bounds. It reminds me of a famous quote from John F. Kennedy as he spoke, "We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon not because it is easy, but because it is hard." I hope you like my rendition. And that still holds true today. While we may not be astronauts, and we may not encounter a space race of such proportions, we will, like Kirk, Spock, and all the others, boldly go where no man has gone before, encountering and tackling this wide open world to make it our own, not just the easy solutions, but the hard ones as well. Sorry to say this, parents, but recent decades haven't exactly left us with some of the best situations on the planet. And as we roar into the 21st century and all its glories of climate change, energy crisis, global hunger, widening wealth gaps, and international socioeconomic tension, we will face our dilemmas head-on and steadfast. We are ready to take the reins, initiate blast-off sequence, and take off. All that remains to do is press the button. Of course, now is not only a time to look ahead towards the far-reaching future high up in the clouds, it is also a time to look behind us. As I've mentioned, these 4 years have instilled within us many things: our academic prowess, our confidence in our abilities, and our drive forward. However, there exists perhaps the most vital of all gifts that Woburn Memorial High School has granted us. Everyone on this field and in this stadium knows it, has felt it, and lives it each and every day. That is, of course, Tanner pride. Tanner pride is truly a thing of wonder, remarkable in its rarity and the influence it has. Whereas our ambitions drive us up and away into the distant horizons of our wildest dreams, Tanner pride serves to ground us. It reminds us of who we are, where we came from, and most critically, it reminds us of what is important in life: teamwork, synergy, cooperation, community, humility, determination. All these things seem to somehow be encompassed by this one simple phrase. Without it, we could never utter a note as a unified band or chorus. We could never run a 400-meter relay race to the point of literal exhaustion, not for personal glory, but for the sake of not letting down the 3 others on the team. We could never come together to beat Winchester on Thanksgiving, twice, I might add. We could never cheer on the step team, tumble our way to national cheering competitions, organize dances and Relay for Life teams, participate in clubs and other organizations, excel in our AP exams, appreciate our teachers, or even form such lasting bonds and friendships that we have among us today. Without Tanner pride, Woburn is simply not Woburn. And this strong sense of community, working together, and a practical, down-to-earth view of the world around us defines the essence of who we are as a city, as a school, and as a class. So, while Woburn High may have taught us all about derivatives, Sherman's March to the Sea, electron valence levels, alliteration, y la cultura hispaniola, shout out to Miss Lemieux, the true extent of the values instilled within us through Tanner pride simply cannot be measured by any test score or examination. We are who we are because of this school, and as we continue throughout life, humbled, honored, and hungry with ambition, we shall never forget what Tanner pride has taught us. Our class is a storied one. We thrive in our studies, we outscore, and outsmart our opponents, and we are heavily involved and commended in just about every aspect of life here at Woburn High, from the Quiz Bowl to youth and government, Leo Club, Learn, jazz band and a cappella choir, the spring musicals, art club, and interact club. Through every new play practiced, every substance and chemistry class that probably shouldn't be combusted but was anyway, every bullseye article, and every inquiry transpired with a teacher or peer, our class has shown ample evidence that we are indeed ingrained to wonder, test, and go beyond that which is expected. We push ourselves to learn, not just our teachers, although they try just as well. I have no doubt in my mind that the people with whom I graduate today will go on to do incredible things in life, as we all guide ourselves and each other through our journeys. Now, before I end my speech, I'd like to take a moment to address my class, the class of 2013. I'm not sure if you remember, but during the election earlier this year, I asked you to do something. To look around, to your left, to your right, front and back. These are your classmates. The people that you've learned with, laughed with, cried with, complained over school with. These are the people that you've grown with over these last 4 years. Now I ask you to look a little further, into the stands. At your parents or guardians, grandparents, aunts and uncles, and of course younger siblings that were dragged along the way. These are the people that have grown with you. About 18 years ago, we all came into this world, and it was these people sitting before you today who helped us get where we are right now. They encourage us, they tease us, and they push us to be better than what we think possible of ourselves. They are our mentors, colleagues, and companions that have been with us every step of the way. And now it's time to leave. It won't be easy. Goodbyes are never easy. But it's not goodbye forever. Don't worry. We'll be back for the occasionally frequent load of laundry, or an unprocessed meal, or of course, if you have any gifts for us. But just in case we forget to mention it, just know that as we travel throughout life and into the world, it is you, our friends and families, who have inspired us to do so. I believe I speak for all of us when I say, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for all that you've done. In the end, this is it. This is our moment, our high school graduation. A little windy. And I beseech each and every one of us to bask in it. Woburn Memorial High School was our home for 4 years, both long and short in their own capacity. And now it is time to celebrate, look forward, and remember what we have learned here. As Steve Jobs said in a commencement address of his own, stay hungry, stay foolish. We must always live each day as if it is our last, with a passion in our cores and excitement in all that we do. Life is short. There's no time for regret. As we embark, equipped with our knowledge, our experience, or lack thereof, our willingness to venture into the unknown, and of course, our Tanner pride, we must remain true to ourselves in our hearts and minds, do what we love, and never take no for an answer. Stay proud, stay hungry, stay foolish. Thank you, and congratulations. We will now have the a cappella choir, under the direction of Mr. Gilberti, will now perform On Justice, Truth, and Peace.
On justice, on truth.
on peace, oh peace. On justice, on truth, on peace, oh peace. On justice, on truth, on peace, oh peace. On justice, on truth, on peace, oh peace.
On justice, on truth, on peace. On justice, on truth, on peace. Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel said,
On these three things the whole world stands.
on justice, truth, and
Justice, on
peace.
truth, on peace, oh peace. On justice, on truth, on peace, oh peace.
On justice, on truth, on peace. Ramana added, where justice is done, truth is done, and peace is made. And peace is made. Hine matov u'manaim, shevet ahim gam yahad. Hine matov u'manaim, shevet ahim gam yahad. Hine matov, shevet ahim gam yahad. Hine matov, on justice, on truth, ahim gam yahad. On justice, on truth, and 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 on justice, on truth, justice, on truth. Peace, peace, peace.
We'll now have a presentation of the TID Scholarship and the principal's remarks from Mr. Finnegan.
Good afternoon. The TID Scholarship. The TID Scholarship is awarded annually to a young man and young woman in the senior class. The award is made not only on a scholastic basis, but also on a record of personal qualities as a school citizen. The will of Marshall Tidd reads in part, they need not be the highest scholarship, but must be of the highest manly and womanly character. In addition, the recipients will receive the Rossetti Fuller Scholarships. The recipients of this year of this prestigious scholarship are Jacqueline Kelly and Rory O'Brien. Please come forward.
Congratulations, Jack. Good stuff. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. I'm so proud to be the principal of the Woburn Memorial High School class of 2013. And as proud as I am to be your principal, I'm also pragmatic, especially on a day like today. And you know that today is not about me being proud of you, but more important, you being proud of yourself, your family, friends, teachers, and the city of Woburn, all coming together in prideful celebration of your accomplishments. Graduation from high school is the first real building block of the extraordinary lives that you all had ahead of you. While it's impossible for you to envision all that life has in store for you, use today as the new beginning, use each day, and build your extraordinary life. Congratulations to you all. I will now ask Assistant Principals Mr. Delden and Mr. McGuire and Senior Class Advisor Ms. Donna Sands to join me in the podium for the presentation of the diplomas. Joining me in the distribution of the diplomas will be Mayor Galvin, Superintendent Donovan, and Chair of the School Committee, Mr. Dennis Russell. Thank you.
You always look, this is the best day of the year for you. That's great. I like the time.
Give them to me and then I'll give them to you.
We're going to swap halfway.
Sure.
So, you know, M's or whatever.
You need any more room?
Yeah, actually, Ralph will. Okay. Ralph will pass him. Yep. And then we'll go through. I'll do the first half again.
Michael Anthony Palladino, summa cum laude. Svetoslava Ivanova Vodnichaska, summa cum laude. Abigail Sabrova Bowes, summa cum laude. Patrick James Doherty. Chloe Biaja Gill, magna cum laude. Stephanie Ho, magna cum laude. Caitlin Christine McCann. Christina Diane O'Brien, summa cum laude. Ethan James Ahern. Melanie Krista Ahern, summa cum laude. Ashley Marie Alstead, magna cum laude. Heather Jocelyn Alcala. Jeffrey Michael Aldericio, cum laude. Arfat Sheikh Ali. Andrew Miles Allen, magna cum laude. Larissa Montero Almeida. Sarah Beth Angelo. Kayleen Michelle Anasevich. Abdel Kabir Mohammed Azrari, cum laude. Shield Ayamari. Samantha Marie Azera. Kimberly Ajay Badgett. Jared Matthew Baker, cum laude. Julian Baudalis. Christopher Paul Belanger. Tyler Andrew Bennett. Jasmine Noemi Berenger. Daniel Joel Bergevin, cum laude. William Joseph Bird III. Pat Chisholm here? Pat Chisholm? Michael William Booker, cum laude. Michael's diploma is being presented by Pat Chisholm from the Woburn School Committee. Cassidy Bree Borselli, cum laude. Devin James Brady. Hannah Wallace Prasad. John Michael Bridge. Alex Matthew Briere. Andrew Joseph Brown. Charlene Jean Brown.
Who's this? Oh, wait, whoa. You got a little mix up with the last one. There was someone out here.
Glenn Kenneth Buckless.
This he's there.
Alana Marie Buckley. Kristen Irene Beulah, cum laude. Marion Bukenya. Melissa Marie Buono. Nicholas Richard Burnham. Marissa Therese Burns. Vincent David Booza. Brian Adolph Biragunga. Kimberly Marie Byrne. John Vincent Kanjimilla. Rachel Lee Carbone. Veronica Cassius. Macy Lee Casto. Erica Lee Chepulis, magna cum laude. Darren Chun. Yeshi Cho. Dylan Daniel Cholton. Christopher William Claflin, magna cum laude. Nicholas John Calaruso. Cassandra Ann Conley. Sean Philip Conley, magna cum laude. Timothy Austin Connor. Joseph Timothy Connors. Renee Alexis Connors. Catherine Ann Cooper, summa cum laude. Antonella Coletto, magna cum laude. Tyler Joseph Crow. Dylan Derek Crowley. Jose Umberto Cruz. Liso Cruz. Alexandria Christine Santos Cuna. Davis James Curry. Jeremy Thomas Dagno, magna cum laude. Margaret Mary Dalton, magna cum laude. Nicholas James Dalton, summa cum laude. Rachel Philomena D'Amato. Anthony Brandon D'Angelo. Michael Richard Danielson. Alyssa Marie D'Almeida. Andrew Samuel Dean. Peter John Decubellis. Hikaru Kiyomizu. Hikaru Kiyomizu. Lauren Patricia DeMarco. Maximiliano Ivan Delafeu. Jamie Lee Devereaux. Brett Robert Dexter. Juan Giovanni Diaz. Andrew Francis DeFonso. Michaela Irene DeJesse Quinlan. Samantha Redmond DeMauro, cum laude. Cassandra Marie DeRocco. Kathleen Elaine Doherty, cum laude. Chelsea Louise Doak. Emily Francis Doak. Megan Taylor Donovan. Alexander Demetrius Dress. Daniel Marie Dulong. Alyssa Nicole Duncan, cum laude. Tuan Kwok Young. Brian Young Elliott.
Last one, Ralph.
Francie Emile.
Stephanie Christine English. Christian Alejandro Espinoza. Alicia Nicole Esquilin. Michaela Elizabeth Essigman, summa cum laude. David John Falcone. Deidre Helena Fallon. Jennifer Catherine Farino. Nicholas Justin Fenochetti. Louis Brandon Fernandez. Valerie Fernandez, summa cum laude. Jacob Andrew Falkowski, cum laude. Elise Noel Fish. Paul Albert Fitzmaurice. Andrew Martin Flagg.
Haley Ann Flight, cum laude. Colin Joseph Flynn. Evan Daniel Fonseca. Scott Kevin Fugazzaro Jr. Gemma Rose Fuller, summa cum laude. Corey Michael Fumicello. Corey Lee Gagnon. Stephanie Michelle Ganji. Mark Angelo Garbino, cum laude. Kelly Elizabeth Garrity, magna cum laude. Shannon Marie Gay, magna cum laude. Relitza Peteva Gencheva, summa cum laude. Kaviana Joy George. Anthony Thomas Victor Giglio, cum laude. Philip Francis Gillette, magna cum laude. Ryan Noel Glavin, summa cum laude. Alicia Elizabeth Gomes. Juliana Lee Gomez. Jessica Lee Graham. Matthias Joseph Gricci, summa cum laude. Taylor Rose Griffiths, cum laude. Justin Thomas Grooms. Noah Mitchell Guzman. Sadie Lorraine Harmon. Rama Hasaba. Khalif Hashim. Mohammed Omar Hashmi, summa cum laude. Miranda Lee Hemingway.
Great job, Miranda.
Gloriana Hernandez. Michaela Demers Higgins. Jessica Lynn Hogan. Anne Marie Holland, magna cum laude. April Rose Hunt, cum laude. Kenneth Richard Highland. Edward William Insomnia. Kyle Charles Isbard. Tyler Dylan Jackson. Brenda Marlena Jimenez. Kyle Alexander Johnson, cum laude. Jacqueline Jasmine Jolliker. Jacqueline Kelly, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Rose Kenny, summa cum laude. Melissa Marie Kenton, cum laude. Erin Elaine Keogh, summa cum laude. Faisal Khalifa. Tabassum Khalifa. Brian Laurent Kinnear Jr. Justin Lawrence Kirk, cum laude. David Christopher Kissel, magna cum laude, presented by his father and member of the school committee, Chris Kissel. Cameron Alexander Kozacek, cum laude. Patience Cantor Kukanda. Molly May Kupris, magna cum laude. Stephanie Anise Ladas. Rebecca Saran Lake, magna cum laude. Amanda Jean Langlois. Joseph Patrick Lavalli. Kaylee Ray Lennon. Samantha Christine Lentz. Mia Adriana Leone, magna cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Leiden. Patrick Sean Linehan. Brooke Elizabeth Lonergan. Kevin Joseph Lorenko. Marina Bradano Luzada. Stephanie Helen Lowell, summa cum laude. Coleb Quesada Lutea. Courtney Elizabeth Lynch. Jeremy Michael McNeil.
Hold on, Ralph, hold on.
Andrew James Medangian, summa cum laude. Kylie Jean Marr. Denisha Jenny Maitre, magna cum laude. Sarah Ann Malloy. Kara Rose Malone, cum laude. Kayla Ann Murata. Cynthia Andrea Martin. Forrest Noah Matthew, summa cum laude. Kayla Marie McAllister. Timothy Kevin McCall, summa cum laude. Stephanie Lynn McCann. Julie Ann McCarthy, summa cum laude. Brian Michael McCauley. Carly Marie McCool. Cara Marie McHugh. Ashley Erin McLaughlin. Bridget Amber McManus. Keith Izzy McNulty. Paul Joseph Meany.
Well, she's in now.
I am.
Yep. You wanna stop?
Take your time, no rush.
Give me some, so I'll use that. Nicolette Teresa Melanson, cum laude. Mark Mora Mello. Flavio Santana Macias. Emily Kennedy Messina. Christella Melissa Clarina Michelle. Clarissa Swanda Rose Michelle, magna cum laude. Jesse Manuel Mangella. Cara Janessa Mistretta, cum laude. Nicholas Joseph Monks. Megan Gabrielle Mosley, cum laude. Theodore Alexander Morosis. Richard Robert Malloy. Alexandra Crane Murphy, cum laude. Morgan Siobhan Murphy, cum laude. Elijah Mwange. Jayoti Sukuma Nair. Summa cum laude. Lindsay Elizabeth Nixon. Wycliffe Circo. Jared Michael O'Brien. Katie Erin O'Brien. Rory Patrick O'Brien, magna cum laude. Deirdre Mara O'Connor. Megan Sherry O'Riordan, cum laude. Sebastian Ortiz. Roderis Kiara Ortiz Pons. Miguel Paez. Rachel Catherine Palmer. Angela Rose Papalato. Alexandra Marie Pappas, magna cum laude. Scott Francis Parker Jr., magna cum laude. Pavan Yogesh Patel. Siobhan Karet Patel. Michaela Grace Perry, magna cum laude. Tyler Joseph Perry. Molly Amethyst Persky, summa cum laude. Nicole Elizabeth Peterson. Casey Margaret Phillips, magna cum laude. Marissa Julisse Piazza. Christina Ada Pinto. Kayla June Pope. James Charles Poulikitis, cum laude. Jayari Darnell Powell. Lindsay Yvonne Predu, magna cum laude. David Edward Pratt. Michaela Ann Quigley, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Marie Quinlan. Benjamin Christian Jude Quinn, summa cum laude. Colleen Cecilia Quinton. Daniel Thomas Ray, cum laude. Haley Elizabeth Rafferty, summa cum laude. Carlos Javier Ramos.
Good job, Carlos.
Nankuma Ramata. Richard Augustine Resendez.
Great job, Richie. That boy, Richie.
Melissa Marie Reynolds. Caitlin Jean Richards, magna cum laude. Adam Robert Rissa, cum laude. Elizabeth Murphy Roach, summa cum laude. Luis Miguel Rodriguez. Laura Christine Rosa, summa cum laude. Yamilat Rosa, magna cum laude.
It's okay.
Amanda Nicole Ruderman, cum laude. Jared David Ruiz. Chad Joseph Rusis. Andrew Scott Ryan. Michael Christopher Ryan. Anastasia Andrea Santiago.
Good job, Anna.
Andre Santiago Jr.
Good job, AJ.
Rebecca Helena Santos. Alexandra Santulo, magna cum laude. Nicholas Francis Sargent. John Carlo Luciano Secondino. Joseph Tatibia Sengoba. Faheen Sheikh. Brianna Marie Shaw. Tiana Schiller Law. She's not here. Jisoo Sim, summa cum laude. Austin Robert Smith. Kayla Mae Smith. Benjamin Thomas Soley, summa cum laude. Andrew Joseph St. Germain, summa cum laude. Iveta Plemenova Stancheva, summa cum laude. Daniel Edward Stifler, magna cum laude. Tyler Joseph Suter. Christopher Michael Sullivan. Kathleen Rose Sullivan, cum laude. Kyle Richard Sullivan, cum laude. Joseph Anthony Sotheby, cum laude. Kayran Suvana. Daphne Danielle Sweet. Eric Chunchong Tan. Why don't you hold your head, honey? Oops. Okay. It's okay. Go that way. Michael Allen Tedesco Jr., cum laude. Jordan Michael Tenney. Lydia Elizabeth Chirpko. Deanna Nicole Torres, cum laude. Joel Alexis Torres. Samantha Jo Torres, cum laude. Wyatt Edward Toll, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Amanda Tremonti. Sean Patrick Tremlett. Jacqueline Nicole Trotta, cum laude. Rebecca Lynn Turgis. Vanessa Silva Valley. Melina Vargas, magna cum laude. Shaylin Ann Vicente. Jules Indal Voltaire, cum laude. Michael Leonard Walsh, cum laude. Courtney Lee Webb. Rachel Irene Wells, presented by her father, John Wells, a school committee member. Michael Edwin Wisbicki. Courtney Rebecca Wilson. Gavin Robert Wilson. Cale Michael Winston. Lian Yao, magna cum laude. Ivailo Ivanov Zagorov. Melissa Zazig.
Let's give Melissa one more round of applause. She's always last. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our ceremony for today. Let's give one more round of applause to the 2013. Thank you and enjoy your day. That's it.